All right, here with Rice offensive lineman Shea Baker. This is kind of the unofficial start of football season, being at media days. How excited are you to kind of put on pads and kind of be done with the offseason and get into the regular season?
It's a lot of prep to get into this, to get to training camp. So really happy, really excited to finally moving all this work from the weight room and on the field running in the mornings to then putting on pads and applying everything that you've gained in the summer to on the field.
It feels like the Rice system, like offensive system, would be a pretty fun one for offensive linemen. What is your favorite part about running Bloom's system?
Just pounding the rock, just imposing your will on your opponent. I know a lot of older coaches would love seeing this type of thing for offensive linemen, because nowadays a lot of specialized skill is pass protection, and so getting to hone in on my run blocking skills, I think will really help me to project me into the NFL, because they love guys to put their hand in the dirt and to be consistent and dependable.
We've been asking everybody kind of what their Whataburger order is. Are you more of a breakfast or a dinner guy at Whataburger?
I like both. I'll do both at one time. It depends what time I go. But if it's late at night, get like a sweet and spicy bacon burger, and then a honey butter chicken biscuit sandwich is kind of like the dessert. Because
I miss being young.
Yeah, I love Whataburger. Also, big barbecue chicken sandwich. Yeah, it's a good one.
Can't go wrong. What are the biggest challenges of being a student athlete at Rice? Because it doesn't feel like it's the same as maybe a lot of other schools.
Definitely just the challenge of the academics. Very high standards there, and so you can't fall behind in football or in school, because if you fall behind in either, they just affect each other, and you can't perform the best either in class or on the field.
How long does it take to kind of figure out how to balance that, right? Like every college athlete I know talks about like time management being kind of the most important part. Like how long did it take you to really build kind of a rhythm and a routine of how you kind of tackle those things?
Probably that first fall season, just where you're thrown into the fire with school and football at a collegiate level at Rice's standards. So you really had to figure out a lot, or you go down burning. It's good though. It's builds a lot of character, builds a lot of good time management as well.
Yeah. Bloom seems pretty excited about his team this year. Thinks y'all are really deeper than y'all have been.
Right.
How much does the defense and the offense get to play off of each other in a way that maybe wasn't true for the last couple of years, where there wasn't as much depth that way in practice?
With the depth, it really allows, like, especially on defense, because that's where you get to rotate in guys that have fresh legs, get it, and then come back and still play hard. Because on defense, you have to be hard-nosed, you have to follow the ball, you have to run around and just obviously stop your opponent. And for offense, whenever we get that energy from the defense, they're stopping the opponent in their tracks, getting interceptions, really feeds us this energy. They're like, okay, we have to do this for our defense. They're putting up a show, and we have to do it. And then same thing, flip it around. Us on offense performing really well, defense will step up. So especially this past spring, we worked on being consistent.
I was talking to Trey a second ago. Y'all are going one-on-one in blocking, pass rushing drills. Out of 10 times, how many times is he getting you?
So if he was more in, I guess I was about to say interior, but I haven't gone against him that much. But I would like to say I'd get 6 out of 10 and get that edge on him. But he's a great athlete. He works hard and has a really smart mind about the game. So he always has a plan when you go up against him.
4-8 last year, but 2 of those losses were in overtime. Kind of what are those steps that y'all have to take to kind of get over, like to win those games, get over that hump, and get to a bowl game?
It's finishing in the fourth quarter. That's the bottom line for us. Like you said, those games were the difference for us from going bowling, and it really sucks. That sting. I still remember it with Charlotte and a season ago. It's hard to remember. North Texas. You see, I don't like to remember those things. But yeah, consistency and finish in the fourth quarter. That's where we have to shown that we have improved this season to make it to a bowl game.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.